Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is BestInSlot and we are back with the Monday road trip and Q&A type session as we have been doing for the past couple of weeks. As always, if you have any questions that you'd like me to answer in the next week's episode, then leave your comment. Now, have I gone the wrong way already? I have messed up already. Leave your comments in the comment section, and then next week we'll answer all your questions, and that is what we're going to do for pretty much the entirety of this video or until I run out of questions. Now, first things first, actually, it's music recommendation day, isn't it? We're going to go a little different today. In the past, what did we do? First it was Captain We're Sinking, which is like a punk album. Then it was Frightened Rabbit with The Twist. Then last week I believe it was Gaslight Anthem and He Is Looking at You Kid. And now, my favourite song, basically, I tend to have a favourite song for each week that I'll play over and over again. There's been two this week, but I'll go for the first one, which is, I'm going to link it. It's kind of a typical rock song, but a fantastic album by Gatsby's American Dream, and the song is called The Giant's Drink. I will link it. It's the bassline one, and it makes me so happy. It's unbelievable. Do not run into me, little red car. Thank you. Okay. Right. I'm going to cough, but I'm not sick anymore, so that's good. There we go. Okay, so questions. We're going to start from, I've written a little notepad list that's sitting on my TV, and I'm going to work off this. So the first question is basically about open to game suggestions. I did actually reply to this in the comments anyway. And I can't see the traffic light. Zoom back. There we go. I'm always open to game suggestions. You know, we're only playing 2 games at the moment. I mean, I'm happy with that. I quite like just having 2 Let's Plays on the go, but I'm always looking for future recommendations and ideas. Because, I mean, even thinking up Stalker, that was quite a tough one. My plan is to stick to 2 Let's Plays, try to make them near enough daily, and then have a third game that comes in, or third series, and that's just different episodes each day. I figure that's quite a good way to do it. So there's consistent content, and then there's like random content, like on Mondays it's the road trip. I want to do some random little horror games, or maybe like the video yesterday about Steam, that kind of thing. But yeah, always open to game suggestions. They suggested Armour. When Armour 3 comes out, I might dabble. I'm not a huge Armour fan. I did do a series on DayZ, which was quite popular, but I'm not enamoured with it, I've got to be honest. But we'll see what happens. We'll see if any interesting mods come out for Armour, maybe do some subscriber gaming and stuff. Second question, what is my favourite dog? It's a slightly random question, but it's fair enough. Now, I've had dogs throughout my life-ish. The first dog I ever had, we had 2 dogs called Casper and Paris. We had Casper, who was a Springer Spaniel, which I loved, and then we had a big golden Labrador called Paris. I loved both of those. Then we got another dog called Carlsberg, which was insane. We saved it from a pub, which is why it was called Carlsberg, and it was just a mental dog. I remember passing the leads over to my far smaller than me friend. This was when I was like 8 years old, and as soon as I passed over the leads, the dog just ran, and he ran, and because my friend was tiny, like the thinnest, scrawniest guy you could ever meet, he was like 5 foot at the time or something, he went flying and got dragged brutally down this, like, country road. It was fairly violent. I've not had a dog since then. We've got a dog back at, some of you have seen the dog, I did a video like a 1.5 years ago, and the dog was in it. There's a dog called Dougie, and it's just kind of a combination of about 1 billion different dogs. And it's raining! Oh, it's so much nicer in the rain. Actually, speaking of which, I think it rained today. It's not boiling hot today, it's actually quite overcast, and it's so much cooler and less like I'm on fire all the time, and it's amazing. I'm not gonna melt, and I've never felt so good about not melting in my life. Let's pause for a second, because I can't remember how to put my windscreen wipers on, really. Windscreen wiper. Retarder increase. I'm not saying a word. Windscreen wipers. We're gonna put lights on. Wipers is P. Why is wipers P? P. There we go. Look at that. Like a proper little driver me. Anyways, so favourite dog. I quite like terriers. Yorkshire Terriers. Quite nice. I'm not big on huge dogs. I don't like dogs that haven't got fur. I know all dogs have fur. My point is, I don't like dogs that, I don't not like them, but I'm not big on dogs that are like quite flat, if you know what I mean. I like dogs to have some fur sticking out or be a bit fluffy and stuff. I don't know. Maybe I'm like a 6-year-old girl at heart when it comes to puppies. I pretty much am. Next question, gaming setup, as in what is my gaming setup? It's really nothing at the moment. It's a laptop, which overheats quite magnificently, so I've got it suspended on a few game cases and a little photo album. That's hooked up to a big TV, 32, well, not big, but a 32-inch TV next to me. This is at home, as in at university. That's hooked up to a 32-inch TV, which is acting as a second screen. So that's where Notepad is at the moment. I use that for checking stuff. Really, I just kind of put my wallpapers full screen and let them rotate. What else have we got? We've got a mouse. Obviously, don't have a keyboard. That's about it, really. In terms of gear, I mean, the mouse I use I got free of the laptop. I mean, it's a good laptop. It's a Asus G73JH. It's about 2.5 years old now, but I mean, I'm still handling everything without a problem. It's you know, it's a high spec laptop. It cost me an absolute fortune, so it should be high spec, but it is a high spec laptop. I still use the mouse that came free with that because it's good. It's got mobile DPI settings and all that kind of malarkey that people care about. Little side buttons, and it's really nice grip and stuff. What else? Microsoft Live Chat headset, Microsoft Live Cam Studio webcam, and that's about it. Now, I am hoping to get a new PC within a couple of weeks, which, I actually skipped like 6 questions. I've been reading this the wrong way around, which will bring me on to the next question rather well. I'm hoping to get a new PC. I'm pretty confident it's going to happen. There's no reason it shouldn't happen. I should be getting a brand new PC, which is going to be fairly stacked up. I'm going to keep the laptop because basically I travel back and forth between Preston, where I go to university, and Formby, which is where my dad lives at the moment, and that's where I spend some time in summer just so I can pretend I'm a social creature, at least vaguely. So I take my laptop to Formby because I don't want to carry a desktop around with me. It'd really annoy me. Oh, careful, pay attention, BestInSlot, pay attention! Right, so that's my gaming setup. The PC is going to be really nice though, so I'm going to set it up. I'm getting a brand new monitor, new keyboard, keeping the same mouse, and hopefully I'll have that set up, and I'll take a... Oh, what is going on? Is it getting slippy because of the rain? That'd be awesome. It's really a pain in the ass, but it's awesome. Okay, so that brings me on to my next question. People asking if I'm going to start live streaming again. Obviously, I did the 24-hour live stream about this time last year for charity. It wasn't this time last year, was it? It was nowhere near this time last year. It was last year. Or this year. No, it was last year. Did 24-hour live stream for charity. Lots of people got involved. You guys raised a lot of money. We raised something like £600, so it was really good. Like $1,000 raised. I'm not doing it this year. I hope to do it next year. Anyways, I can't really live stream. Those who experienced the live stream, which will bring me on to my next point, those who experienced the live stream will have noticed, okay, it was fun and we had a good time and a couple of games worked okay. I mean, DayZ, oddly, worked fairly well. But generally speaking, my laptop, despite... I really have to pay more attention. Despite handling games very well, you know, I'm still running Skyrim on Max and Battlefield 3 and all this kind of malarkey. Despite all that, it really struggles with streaming. So I'm hoping when I get a new PC I can make live streaming just for a couple hours a week, like a regular feature on maybe Saturdays. And I'll record it and upload it anyway, it's like a live stream video, but I'm hoping to start live streaming as a regular thing once a week on a specific day to go along with the other normal content. That's the plan. And it should definitely be possible. I mean, new PC is going to be over the top in terms of spec. You know, the graphics card I'm getting is a 780, which is a new NVIDIA one, which is, for gaming purposes, near as damn it as strong as the GTX Titan for about just over half the cost. It's an absolute beast of a graphics card, and assuming all the other things stock up, which they do, I mean, the processor I'm getting is an i7 4770K. It's a good PC, let's put it that way. So I should be able to live stream no problem, and hopefully we can make that a regular thing again. Also getting a new mic, and mic, keyboard, monitor. Yeah, that's the plan. Oh, it's stopped raining. And turn my lights off, and turn the windscreen wipers off. There we go. How do I do my horn? Oh, greatest thing ever. Except hopscotch. Hopscotch. Anyways, live streaming brings me on to the next point. Somebody commented, Elliot AMV Viper, not getting that name quite right. It was Robin from the live stream. Yes, I do remember you. I remember a lot of people stuck around with me for like 20, I think it was 22 hours when my laptop overheated and died, and I just couldn't get back on. You know, I just couldn't game full stop and nothing was working. We got to about 22 hours, and there were several people who stuck with me for the entire thing. Ninja somewhere, you vanished for about 6 hours to go to sleep and then came back on. Robin, you were there for pretty much the entire thing. A few people were. It was really cool. It was a really good thing. It's why I want to get into live streaming again. But yes, I do remember you. And he is one of the subscribers who was here back when I had like 60 subscribers, which isn't a question, but I'm going to talk about that. For such a long time, I've stuck on. Well, you don't know, it's like my first video that most of you will have seen was Let's Play Skyrim. That was like my first video. And if you go into my uploads and go right back to the start, Let's Play Skyrim, episode 1 is my very first video. You know, that is the first video on the channel. But I actually played through about 5 games fully before I actually got to Skyrim. I have mentioned this in the past. I played through, it just wasn't going anywhere. I played through Bastion, which I love. What a game. Played through Bastion. Played through Dead Island, the first one, on my own. Like 80 episodes. It was horrible. I hated that game by the end. Bastion, Dead Island, Fear 3, and I'm struggling to remember, but there was definitely a couple more. Oh, there was. What were they? No! I started The Witcher 2. I started a few others. But they were all there, and they all got deleted because I wasn't happy with the quality, and basically... Oh god, why am I exploding? Basically, I used to sit down and record for like 3 hours, and just then cut it into 20-minute segments wherever there's a lull in my voice. I don't like that. I prefer just sitting and doing 20-30 minutes a day, individual segments, and being able to say hi at the start of each video and keep it up to date like that. I wasn't happy. The channel design I wasn't happy with. The name of the channel, which is back when it was For Adventure, which I addressed last week, wasn't happy really with the style. I wasn't happy with any of it, basically. So I moved on from that and started doing what I'm doing now. And speaking of which, yesterday, that Steam video, why the hell is that so popular? What the hell is going on? Like, I uploaded Cube World, and it got, by the time, 2 hours later, by the time that Steam video, no, let's say 4 hours later, that Steam video has got something like 1,000 views, 800 views or something, which is a lot for me these days. You know, the views aren't that high at the moment. And the Cube World one's on like 200. It's like this 40-minute Cube World video that I uploaded, a really good episode, where I got pets and fought bosses and all this, got like 200 views, and then me bitching about trading card games for 2 minutes got like 1,200. It was insane, and it's still going up. I don't understand what's going on. It's mental. But I quite enjoyed that little video, and it was, you know, it was, instead of doing facecam all the time in horror games and stuff, which I'm going. I mean, there's little indie horror games I want to start playing. I'm going to do a playlist just for indie horror games, not instead of separating them out, just one long playlist. Because I'm not a horror channel. I'm never going to be a horror channel, but I'd like to do a little bit. I'm going to do facecam for them. I'm not going to do it for long ones. So Stalker, no facecam. Little ones, yes, facecam. But aside from just these Q&As, I would like to start doing little vlog type videos, or little things about life, or just little commentary type things. I think that's the kind of thing that separates you a little bit from other YouTubers, and it's just a nice way to banter with you guys on a personal level. What can I say? I've just realised I've not any idea. This is a hell of a long journey, isn't it? I only just realised. Bugger. Okay. Well, 6 hours to go. We are taking cyanide again because apparently Europe loves cyanide. I don't really know when this happened. You know, I went around Europe last year and I don't remember seeing cyanide deliveries to every single city, but apparently they love cyanide. So we're basically travelling straight across Germany at the moment. Anyways, so that's all that bit done. The next question: if you had a pet triceratops for a day, what would you do? And this is like an impossible question to answer. I will comment now though, there is another dinosaur that's working its way up onto my favourite list. The Ankylosaurus has... He's moving up the list, I tell you. He's made it like 3rd or 4th now. He may threaten the Triceratops' crown. I don't know. I do love an Ankylosaurus. But anyways, Triceratops is still at the top at the moment. So obviously I think I'd have to recreate my... You guys have seen the picture on the BestInSlot banner, and it's like my logo type guy. It's meant to be me. It's not that accurate. It's just a guy with brown hair, but it's meant to... It's me, effectively. It's wearing my clothes anyway. And that, I think I'd have to recreate that. So I'd have to make a cape out of the British flag and get a sword from somewhere. Actually, I've got a lecturer who has a sword, so I steal his, and then ride it into battle. I'm not sure against who. The chavs. The chavs in town. If you're British, you know what a chav is. If you're not, you probably don't. If you're southern, you might not know what a chav is. I don't really know how colloquial the word chav is. But there's loads of them in Preston. The place is full of them. They are like a virus that spreads around. So I'd get on my triceratops and charge into town, waving my sword around, lop some heads off, it'd be beautiful. And then we would sit on a hill and watch the sun go down, and I'd fall asleep on the triceratops. Oh, it'd be beautiful. Be absolutely beautiful. And recreate the scene from Jurassic Park where Alan Grant leans on the triceratops' side as she's breathing, and it kind of moves up and down with it. And he goes, "She was always my favourite as a kid, and now I've seen her. She's the most beautiful thing I ever saw," which is not great English, but we'll let him off because he's amazing. Okay, so that's that one. Next question. If you could have cheese or biscuits for... maybe I should do these as a video, like separate from this. Interesting. If you could have a lifetime supply of cheese or biscuits, what would you go for? Now that is a tough question. However, no it is, it's a tough question. I don't really eat either. Obviously dieting at the moment, although been bad recently. Trying to up it again because I have been bad. So sorting that out. But cheese or biscuit, like I said, I don't eat either. Cheese is too expensive anyway. Students can't afford cheese. And biscuits, biscuits are vicious calories. Like a single little biscuit's like 80 calories usually. I can't be doing with that. 80 calories is like a fifth of a huge protein shake for me. And I much prefer the protein shake. So, oh god. I think I'd have to go for the biscuits though. Because when I'm not trying to diet, I quite like biscuit. I'm a big fan of the biscuit. I've never been a huge cheese fan. Not many people have been cheese fans. That'd be a bit useless as a fan, wouldn't it? Imagine a fan made out of cheese. Huh, the dream. Okay, dinosaur games. Next question. Are we going to play any more dinosaur games? Hopefully. There's a game coming out. It's on Kickstarter at the moment. I've actually supported it. I think. Well, I meant to support it. I was going to do that. Maybe I forgot. Anyway, so there's a dinosaur game coming out called The Stomping Grounds, which is basically going to be, and this is the plan anyway, it's going to be like DayZ, but with dinosaurs instead of zombies. And it looks incredible. It looks amazing. It's set in like tribal, you like cavemen running around with tribal gear and stuff, and there's huge dinosaurs everywhere, and it's going to be, honestly, when it comes out, I may play nothing else on the channel ever. I think it's slated for early next year, Q1 or Q2 next year, and it's going to be incredible. I can't wait. But I can't obviously not play any dinosaur games until then. I'm keeping up to date on the Cryonosaurs project. There's a few projects going on for the CryEngine that I plan to add dinosaurs and make that a thing. Primal Carnage and Orion Dino Beatdown, both dinosaur games, both multiplayer, both could play them. Don't really like either of them, got to be honest. Everyone loves Primal Carnage and I'm not that sold on it yet. I might give it another go. Otherwise I don't really know what to play. They're all older games. I was considering one of the Turok games, one of the original Turok games, not the new one. The new one's awful, although it does have dinosaurs going for it, so that's something. What else is there? There's a Jurassic Park Sega game which I'd love to emulate, but it's an absolute bitch and it's really, really, really difficult. It was an amazing game. It was my favourite game as a kid, but it was really hard. What else? There's a few others knocking around. I didn't hit anything! I hit nothing! Scandal! Absolute scandal. Oh well. I don't know. I'm going to keep an eye out. We have only just finished Jurassic Park, but you know what? There is a bit of a dinosaur focus on the channel, obviously, I'm not going to lie. We've played through The Lost World Jurassic Park. Okay, we only got 6 episodes in. We've played through Jurassic Park. We've played through Jurassic Park Operation Genesis. We've done a video on Trespasser. We've done 2 videos on Dino... We've done a video on Orion... Actually, we've done 2 videos on Orion Dino Beatdown. Done 2 videos on Primal Carnage. Yeah. There needs to be something more though. I'm hoping with Jurassic Park 4 coming out next year, maybe not next year, probably 2015 actually, although I can dream, that they will release games to go with it, to kind of get along with it. Maybe like how much would you kill for like a Jurassic Park Operation Genesis 2? I would never play anything else again in my life. So yeah, that's where I stand on dinosaur games, which wasn't that helpful. Favourite kind of game? Like genre-wise, like RTS, FPS, blah blah blah. It has to be. It's generally RPG games in terms of hours put in anyway. I mean, especially Bethesda ones. I mean, I look at Fallout 3, Oblivion, Morrowind, and Skyrim. I've got 250 hours plus in all 4 of those games. That's 1,000 hours plus I've spent on just 4 games by Bethesda. It's something about those games. I just get pulled into the world so easily. They don't work with Fallout New Vegas for some reason, but I do have the Ultimate Edition on Steam. So I might give it another go, but I'm really excited about Fallout 4. It's going to be RPGs. I mean, it's seen first-person ones, but I also obviously loved Mass Effect. What else? God, I'm just struggling to think of RPG games that I really, really love. There's plenty out there. It's always been RPG games for me. Did love MMORPGs. I mean, I spent 4 years being an absolute addict to World of Warcraft, and okay, it was really bad for my social life. It was really bad for my health. That's why I kind of ended up overweight and stuff. I mean, oh bugger! No! Oh god, that's a hell of a crash right there. That is Final Destination level stuff right there. Yeah, I'm gonna let you go first. I'm a nice guy like that. Don't worry, we don't need to exchange insurance detail. Apparently. Yeah, I was an addict to World of Warcraft. It wasn't a good thing. I mean, I've lost a lot of weight. I used to weigh about 18 stone, and this was like a year ago. 18 stone. It was shocking. And World of Warcraft. Okay, I can't play the game. Obviously, it was my fault. But World of Warcraft and how much it just destroyed my social life and made me just sit in my room playing it all day, every day. It wasn't good for my education either. It wasn't good for anything. As much as I loved some of my time, and I did. I made some great friends. Some of them who happened to watch these videos for some bizarre reason. Made some people who I still talk to this day. You know, if you're raiding at 3 in the morning, I remember raiding Serpent Shrine caverns in I was raiding since Vanilla and stuff, but in Burning Crusade, and there's a specific boss. I can't remember the name of him. He was a blindfolded night elf kind of guy. He used to spin around and do a fuckload of damage when he did it. He was an absolute pain in the ass. Sorry for swearing, PG-13 channel. It was an absolute pain in the ass. And I remember when we first killed him, it was after hours and hours and hours of raiding, loads of tactics. Our leader, our raid leader, Hagarth, said like, alright, it's triple DKP, like dragon kill points. If we manage to get this guy down tonight, and everyone's like, yeah, it's triple DKP, which is obviously meaningless because the whole raid was there anyway, so everybody had triple DKP, but that wasn't the point. Oh, he's an amazing guy. And is Leophoros, no, something the blind, maybe? I don't know. Leophoros? And finally, after hours and hours, at about 3 in the morning, everyone had pushed and pushed for hours to stay up later, drafting people in, doing whatever was necessary. We finally took him down, and it was just... It's hard to... I've rarely got that kind of feeling from a game before. Ever. It's because you are working so closely together, 24 other people, and everyone gets on, and everyone's a mate, and everyone talks and talks and talks, and you're all working together so hard for this one goal. When you finally manage it, it's something that I think MMORPGs can provide that very few other gaming types can. And you do get it with FPSs and stuff, but I don't think the sense of camaraderie is the same because it's not an hours and hours and hours build up. You know, if you go and play a Call of Duty match, even if you're doing it professionally, you're going to be done in 10-20 minutes. It's not 5 hours, it's not weeks and weeks and weeks on end, 5 hours a day just for this one single boss. I think it's different. And as much as it messed up a lot of my life, because I let myself get too addicted to it, it was, you know, I had some amazing times on that game, I really did. And I'd never say World of Warcraft's a bad game. It might be a bad game now, but it definitely wasn't at any point. You know, people hate on it for no reason. The fact is, World of Warcraft is exceptional at what it does. That's why it had 14 million subscribers, you know? I mean, like I said, it's dropping now. It did kind of go down after Wrath of the Lich King. It's not really the same game anymore, but I don't know. So, RPGs in general, MMORPGs when I don't want a social life. There you go. Okay. Next question. Least favourite dinosaur. Now, this is like asking, which of your children do you hate the most? Which isn't that bad, because everyone obviously hates one of their children more than the other. Now, least favourite dinosaur. Obviously, there isn't really an answer to this one. I like all dinosaurs. But my least favourite dinosaur, I'm not a big fan of oviraptors. Because, if you don't know, they're basically raptors. They kind of had, like, more slightly bird-like beaks, some of them. And they're known mainly for harvesting nests to eat eggs. And it's a bit cowardly. They don't look great. They look a bit stupid. And eat eggs instead of people. So, yeah, that's why, pretty much. I sat here for about 10 minutes on that question now. I just could not think of dinosaurs. There's not like a type or anything that I specifically don't like. There's just nothing. I'm not big on things like Iguanodon. Yeah, I like Iguanodon, but it's not like up there or anything. It's not there with my other favourites. I mean, I prefer the likes of Diplodocus, Brachiosaurus, Gigantosaurus, Seismosaurus, all these compared. Spin to the left. Even Archaeopteryx would be higher up there, just because Archaeopteryx makes me think of pigeons. Next question. Am I ever going to play MOBAs or Mafia 2? No! Next question. Actually, that is the last question, so I can address it. I'm not big on MOBAs, which is multiplayer online battle arenas. That's your likes of your Dota, your League of Legends, your Awesome Nauts. I did play Awesome Nauts the other day. I've actually played all three. I've dabbled in all three anyway. And the guy who asked the question did suggest one, which I'm sure it's a great game, but they just don't do anything for me. You know, I used to play Warcraft 3 all the time online. I used to play custom maps as well. I didn't play normal games. I didn't play the RTS game. I played custom maps, and that's where Dota was basically born. And you know, I spent 5 hours a day playing Warcraft 3 for like a year. Every day, me and this mate who lived down the road from me, we used to sit and just play Warcraft 3 and play custom maps, and I never really got into Dota at all. So MOBAs just don't work for me. I'm a mall kind of guy. I'm going to buy Warcraft 3 again. If any of you have Warcraft 3, dig it out. We'll play a mall. Malls are incredible. Oh my god. I don't know if it'll even still be going. I wonder if the community is still alive. It's been a long time. But malls are amazing. If you don't know what malls are, they're like tower defenses. You know, like TD games where enemies spawn and they're trying to get to the end. It's like them, but there's like 8 of you all on one map, all defending one spawn point. And you all spawn in like different areas around the map, and you all defend your gate. So people defend the top, and there's people defending the middle, and then there's your last line of defense, which was always Grey, who defended the final area. And they're just really, really fun, and I was amazing at them. I was known in the community. I can't remember what name it was. It was Dragon something, but I was quite well known as the guy you wanted to play with if you wanted to win at a mall, because I spent hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours doing nothing but playing malls. There was one in particular by I can't remember what it was called. Someone will know what I mean. It's Crick. It was CR something. I think Cranox, something like that. Amazing, amazing mall, and you got to pick your race, and there's Pokemon ones, and there was Nintendo ones, and there was Star Wars ones, and there's malls for everything. Simpsons ones, you know, porn ones, admittedly. There was malls for absolutely everything. It was amazing, absolutely amazing. And that is the last question, and it has effectively killed near enough the entirety of this video, so well done you guys. Like I said, if you do have any more, if there's anything you want to ask, I'm happy to address any questions in the next video. It can be about anything. It can be about, you know, it can be personal, but it can be about gaming in general. It can be about your own life, like if you've got any problems and stuff, if you just want to rant for a bit and we can address it, you know. It's a good community here. Everyone, you know, everyone's fairly friendly, and there's a couple of people who get angry at each other sometimes. Do you remember that? I don't know how much you guys remember on the Creation Kit tutorials, which I'm going to talk about in a minute actually, because I had a thought the other day. There's a guy who posted basically tearing into me about the videos, saying, oh, you don't explain if I didn't explain what a vertice was. So he had a go at me basically, and he PM'd me and he said he was going to report me to YouTube and get me banned because I was clearly trolling by providing 16 videos that went on nearly an hour long, some of them. And I was clearly trolling because I wasn't putting enough information in. The guy was insane. He's absolutely mental. But he posted, and you guys and everyone from the Creation Kit tutorials just absolutely levered him. It was beautiful. The guy got destroyed. And I mean, he's been an idiot as well on other channels, and there's a lot of abuse on his channel. Some of it a bit vicious, but the guy's an idiot. Anyways, that was a bit off topic. Creation Kit tutorials. I have a problem. And we've discussed this problem in the past. Creation Kit tutorials are really popular. You know, they make up most of my top liked videos. That and Operation Genesis, which if you search for Operation Genesis on YouTube, mine is the top video that comes in for some reason. But the Creation Kit tutorials are really popular. They are one of the go-to sources in the world for Creation Kit tutorials. That's the way it is, you know. Just because I got there early, to be honest. I got there very early. I was making them faster than everyone else, so naturally people ended up on my videos. I don't think they're particularly good or anything, but that's how it ended up. I still get loads of subscribers and views from that, and it's kind of making a false approximation of the channel. I think without the Creation Kit tutorials, I would not be a 22,000 subscriber channel. So I'm appreciative, but to an extent, it's making the channel seem bigger than it is, and it's depressing sometimes. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to delete them, but I think they help a lot of people, and I think I just need to keep pushing on, and eventually the channel will push on past relying on those or anything. It'll just become its own thing, which has started to happen. I've been tracking my views very closely, which hopefully I'll be able to talk about more in next week's episode, because Philip Zeppelin, if you do happen to be watching this video for some reason, I have followed the tutorials you gave me, which I'll discuss with the rest of you next week, maybe. And basically I've put it on a few videos. I'm going to see what happens. But my views over the past couple of months have been steadily rising ever so slightly. And it's an upward trajectory, which I suppose is all that matters. That's kind of a random conversation to go into. Lights. Don't really need that in the slightest. Well, that killed 6 hours. That was impressive. don't even know what time it is. 10 past... Oh god. 10 past 12. I know what I can talk about for 8 minutes of in-game time. Pacific Rim. Now, I've not seen it yet. Don't post... If you post spoilers in the comments, I will actually ban you. I'm not even slightly joking. I'm sure there aren't really any spoilers. You know, it's a... No! 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 I figured it was better to take the damage than take the damage and hit the car. I'm going to go see it this week, hopefully. I've not been cinema in yonks. Who do I go to cinema with? I've got no one to go with. But I'm going this week with a mate when I go back to Formby. Come on. I've not named my truck. Why is it tartan again? Why is cyanide always carried in tartan trucks? Oh, I don't know any more Scottish people. Sean Connery, David Tennant. Who else is Scottish? Is Karen Gillan Scottish? She might be. Well, we'll pretend Karen Gillan's Scottish. And she is. She's on my list, let's put it that way. Yeah, I'm going to go see Pacific Rim, so that's going to be fun. What are you guys doing this week? Ask questions, do things, dance the night away. More content today. Yeah, Cube World, obviously, always Cube World. Probably Stalker as well, then tomorrow probably Stalker, probably Cube World. But I will try to do random third videos every day as well. And Stalker's not going to be every single day. Cube World is just because I'm absolutely addicted to Cube World because it's amazing. And there it is, and I'm not going to park properly because I'm far too lazy for this kind of malarkey. Oh, one more thing. Euro Truck Simulator 2 has cards. It has Steam cards. How weird is that? That's crazy. Good work, thank you. That's a lot of XP. Not enough, but it's a lot of XP. Oh, no, it's so close. It's so close. Let's see my progress history. Alright. Nice trajectory there, isn't it? It's nice, that's nice. I've explored 15.29% of the world. Free roam distance. Oh, we can free roam. Why would you ever free roam? How boring would that be? I'm sorry. I've got a lot of money. I can't remember. I was saving up for something, wasn't I? I was going to buy like a new garage or something, I think. I don't know. That's where we're going to leave it. Thank you very much for joining me, ladies and gentlemen. As always, like I said, if you do have any questions and you want me to add to my notepad for next Monday, do let me know. I'm moving back to Formby today, and I know it's affected the content in the past. But it'll be better because basically my family, my dad, his wife, and her daughter were going on holiday. I was a bit like, alright, where's my invite? But okay, we'll move past that. I was a little bit bugged, but I moved on. But they're only gone for a few days anyway. A week, I think. So I'm on my own anyway from Thursday, so content should be fine. The problem is I don't like recording around them because it's a bit strange at the moment. So I do it early in the morning when I first wake up. I just hide in my room and record. But since I'm in the house on my own, I should be okay. I'm not going to tell you where I live because somebody will kill me. Thank you very much for joining me. Much love. Cheers. Bye bye.